Good day to all you glorious rapscallion bastards. The name is FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Wavering Waves right here on the channel. I hope you guys are having an excellent day wherever you're at. So in today's video, we're going to discuss the queen herself, CHANGLI, because this actually was a question that was presented to me earlier today while I was at work on Discord, whether or not is CHANGLI worth summoning, because there's only such a limited time left, and where would my recommendation be at on summoning her and all this other good stuff. So let's get into it. So yes, it has come to my attention through Discord. It has come to me in multiple messages asking me the question, is CHANGLI worth the summoning? Well, I've been playing her since her banner first came out, and we had straight up broke the bank for her. We went ahead, we summoned Sixter, we did everything for her, and I will say this is my strongest and this is my most favorite character so far in Wavering Waves. CHANGLI is the queen to my heart. This beautiful, gorgeous character is absolutely amazing, and I totally recommend it to anyone out there to play her. I recommend that, you know, if you haven't summoned for her, right now we have 6 days and 18 hours before she's gone, before you would have to wait for a rerun. Same thing for her weapon. I would suggest that if you haven't gotten her, I would totally recommend. If you got the Astrites, you're free to play, you got the ability to do it. If you're a person who spends money, I would suggest, yeah, look at tossing a couple of dollars if you can. Try to collect 1 copy of her and 1 copy of the weapon, and get ready to have some fun. CHANGLI, for any beautiful part, she is a sub DPS character that can work really well with characters like Encore or any characters in general that, you know, that can have liberation damage, you know, amplified. She is, once you get her to a certain level within, you know, the summonings, I would even say that she is more valuable as a DPS personally. That's the way I play her, is that she is my main DPS, not a sub DPS, and it's quite an enjoyable experience. I would say that you don't have to break the bank, but if you take a look at the summon chain, that, you know, the first one right here, Hidden Thoughts, this will increase CHANGLI's damage by 10%. The second one will increase her crit rate by 25% when she's in Inflamement. And the third one will help with, you know, resonation liberation damage by being increased by 80%. I would say that 3 copies for, you know, your first copy and then 3 additional dupes, she would be more than a good starting point, along with her weapon, Blazing Brilliance, to be a good both sub DPS, but also a good starting, you know, main DPS. Now, if you're like me and you're willing to go ahead and break the bank, you have the extra additional funding because you have a job, you know, you can see that with the next couple of stats, we can go all the way to her last one, which she ignores 40% of the target's defense when dealing damage. That is whether she's using skill, heavy attack, or she's using her liberation damage. She's a beautiful character. We converted her into being less of a sub DPS and as a main DPS. The build that I've done for her, which we'll make another video on this later, which is an update to the crit build, which I want to actually go through more things about her. But we did her as a crit. We did her as a crit damage build type character. It works really well. She does tremendous amounts of damage. She is really good. She is fast. She is amazing. And I would, yes, while if you have time, you are able to collect everything you need, I would suggest going over here, summoning for her. And if you've already summoned for her, but you haven't summoned for the weapon is really, really good, and you should be summoning for the Blazing Brilliance. The reason being is that we'll look at from the base stats. Crimson Phoenix attack will increase by 12%. The wielder gains 1 stack of Searing Feather upon dealing damage. This can be triggered once every 0.5 seconds, gains 5 stacks of the same effect. Each stack of the Searing Feather gives 4 additional, resonant skill damage to be stacked up to 14. And then after that, when you reach the max stacks, all stacks are removed in 12 seconds. It's a very good weapon. It's her weapon. It is absolutely, like, I'm gonna put it like this. There was like 1 or 2 videos that I've seen that I almost spitted out my drinks and crap because they're trying to say, oh, you should go for the Emerald of Genesis because this is going to be a better weapon for her than her own weapon, because whatever fucking reason, I don't know, but they're trying to make some claim like the high attack rate, the high, attack, high crit rate, and that, it gives energy regen by 12% and increases, the attack by 6%, stacking 2 times. This is crap on her. Okay, if you have no other options, you haven't gotten this weapon, this is the better. Yes, this would be a good weapon to go with, but if you have the ability to get her weapon, this is the weapon you should be dealing with for her. It complements her perfectly well. So I'm not going to try to keep you guys too long. I know your time is precious and everything, because I will be working, like I said, on a guide video on her, and I try to get that out within the next 2 days. So that way you guys can have a full crit build of what we're working on, what's going on, because we've done a whole bunch of different things on the character, and legitimately, this is absolutely my most favorite character that's in this game. And yes, maybe I'm being a little bit biased, but I feel like from a DPS point of view, and even from a sub DPS point of view, she is almost out. She is absolutely the queen of everything. She is the best, and I completely highly recommend summoning for her. So with that being stated, all that good stuff, I hope you guys are doing great. Leave me your comments below. If there's any questions, comments, feedback, or anything like that, please be sure to drop them down in the comments below. Just be known that I do read them. I may not respond instantaneously or within a day or so, but I try to respond to every comment when they do show up. If YouTube does show it to me or whatever, I try to do my best. But otherwise than that, guys, take it easy. Have a good one, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.